This is going to easily be the largest thing that I have put into orbit yet. So, down here is the Warrior King Memorial Space Station. This is my space station in and around Kerbin right now. I like to keep, let's close off all the distractions here. I like to keep the station as it is and keep building it inside. I had it actually in the VAB, but it's hard in the VAB to scroll left to right. But of course, the spaceplane hangar is designed for being able to go left to right, which makes it much easier to look at the station and go to different parts to it. So this is the one in and around Kerbin. What I want to do to save time is basically launch something which is essentially this, but put it around Minmus and modify it maybe just a little bit to be around Minmus. So we're going to get started right away, actually, with renaming this Minmus station so I don't mess up the original. We'll save this. And this is the vehicle that is currently docked with it. We'll get rid of that. That won't be part of the thing. And because this is all, this was built in 2 modules. The first module was this, and this was a second module. It went up in a little bit of a later date, but I want to put this all up at the same time, which means that there's no need for these docking ports. So what I'm going to do, I don't know what the core part is here. Let's get out. It should be up. Why are you not? There it goes. There's a root part there. We're going to make the probe body that's right there the root part. But what I want to do is, thank you. What I want to do, if it will let me, is take off this stuff. There we go. And just put that like that. So there we go. That will, this is that way. There's no reason for docking ports in between there. As well, this has 0.625 meter docking ports on each end. I don't see any reason to maintain. That was only because the vehicle I had a 0.625 meter docking port, but I think I'll replace this end here with a 0.125 meter docking port. So let's take the lights away, take that away, go to coupling, find the clampetron, and oh, I think, am I backwards? Hold the Alt key here. No, there it is. Snap that on, and okay, we'll take these batteries away temporarily. Gonna have to put the lights here on the side. Gotta keep the lights. There we go. Let's, you know what, let me stick the batteries here to the sides just so I don't forget that they're there. What else modifications do we need to make to this thing? Well, one thing is going to be about science. I haven't collected a huge ton of science in and around Minmus, so let's open up our science archive from Kerbalism. And actually here I'm going to make a bit of an apology for Thursday's stream. At the beginning of Thursday's stream, I was doing moving landers around to do seismic scans in different biomes. So they had finished off their seismic scans in 3 biomes. I had 3 lanterns, emphasis on the past tense there, and I successfully moved 2 of them to 2 new biomes. The third one came to a sticky end, and all the way through that it was staring me in the face that these things were also doing the gravity scan. I was doing gravity scans from these things. The gravity scan takes over 90 days to do, so you can see here I have 20% of the gravity scan done in 3 biomes, and it's just gotten started doing more gravity scans in 2 of them. These are the 2 new ones I moved it to, and it should have been completely obvious. It actually, most of the video was sitting up at the top telling me that there's just doing a gravity scan right now, and I noticed in the chat people were saying, you're doing a gravity scan right now, and I was actually misinterpreting what was being said in the chat, because I'm a bit of a doofus. But there's not much to do with it now. We'll leave those landers where they are. What's done is done. But this thing, I do want it to collect some science. And if we take a look, I've done very little science, gravity scan science, in and above Minmus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a gravioli detector on here. This is the GravMax gravioli detector. I'm not sure if that's where it's going to stay, but we'll just stick one on there for now. The other thing I can do is a magnetometer report. I've only done magnetometer reports in and around Kerbin, so I might as well grab the magnetometer. It is right here. And we'll start that up. There goes the magnetometer report. I also will want to do the flight experiment. The flight experiment has already been installed on this module here. The flight experiment has to take, why don't we find it on this? I've only ever done it in and around Kerbin. It's collected about 70% of what it can in space low. And what it takes is you got to have 2 Kerbals, and they have to be at least... Nope. Just need 2 Kerbals. That's it. And some other minimums on the buildings. And it takes 14 days, and they collect some science for you. So might as well do that while people are sitting in and around there. So we'll keep the flight experiment active. And finally, one other experiment I have yet to do around Minmus is the site experiment. I've done lots of site experiments in other places. Kerbin, Moho, the Moon, Eve, Duna. Minmus is conspicuously off the list. The site experiment takes only an hour to do. You can do it in space low or space high. And in space high, it's biome specific. Not quite sure what... I don't know. Well, might as well enable it is all I'm trying to say here. So, the site experiments are done by the probe body. So I need to get in here. I need to configure the unmanned experiments. Telemetry scan is irrelevant. The 2 hot thermometer is irrelevant. That I have done around Minmus and been done. But the site experiment, we will activate that. So, now that that is done... a number of other things I need to do to improve the situation here. So that'll take care of the science. Shielding. The WK Memorial Station is sitting nicely tucked below Kerbin's radiation belts and is protected from it. And for that reason, those Kerbals are doing absolutely fine. This thing will be outside of any radiation belts and will be subjected to the full radiation coming at it from the sun and from cosmic rays. This is particularly worrisome when there's a solar storm in play, so we're going to up the shielding. So I haven't really done this before, so we'll spend some time taking a look at it. If we take a look at, I think it's under, whoops. We open up our little help there. There it is, radiation. And we're going to change our target body here from Kerbin to Minmus. And what it's giving you here is how much radiation you can expect them to receive. So in orbit, they will receive 0.015 rads per hour. And that is reasonably significant. If we go to shielding here, it says none. It tells you how long your Kerbals can survive under those circumstances. So I believe this is telling me if they're interstellar, I don't know. To me that says they'll survive for a little more than a year. But notice with the solar storm, it says 1 day, 3 hours. So if a solar storm is happening and they're being exposed to the full ferocity of that solar storm, they're going to get a lot of radiation. So we're going to up the shielding. So I'm going to grab the hitchhiker can. We're going to scroll down to the bottom here, and you can see that there is shielding, and we're going to up the shielding like this. Now, as I up the shielding, this also ups the cost and ups the mass, but I think it's worth it. Now, if I go down to shielding, you can see they have 15.414 millimeters of shielding. I'm not sure what the material is, but I don't know. But now they'll last 5 days, 1 hour in a solar storm. The solar storms don't last as long as that. So if they get really irradiated, we can bring them home. But at least that gives them some ability to last a little bit longer. So we'll up the shielding. I think that will help as well. And let's see, what else we got to think about? We got to think about... what do we got to do? Electricity. Electricity. Yes, electricity. They are going to be in orbit about Minmus. They are now consuming, with all the electrical sciencey bits I put on, 5.715 units of electric charge per second. I'm not sure that's right. 3.479. Let's just check these solar panels. Oh, no, we're ignoring this solar panel for some reason. Okay, that one's being counted. That one's being counted. And I'm going to put it on here. Now it's producing. Okay, so in full sunlight, and I do plan on having these solar panels in full sunlight. That now generates 9.84 units of electric charge per second, so that should be okay. Minmus night's not too long. You can actually, let's see here. If I put it in the dark, it'll only last for 16 minutes and 41 seconds in the dark. So electricity, I did work this out. I believe I need, let's close that. I worked out 5,500 units of electric charge, and right now it has 5,700 and... Oh, okay. It's saying it'll be okay. Should I trust it? You know what? I'm going to go to here. What if I put this onto the radial symmetry and do 4? How will that sit? You know what? Back to radial. Not the radial. That's mirror symmetry now. I always get those two words mixed up. I'm going to put 2 of these here. And 2 of these down here. That should cover that up nice. And John says that the material for the shielding is some sort of lead equivalent. Okay. We're talking about shielding down there in the chat. Alright, I think that'll be good for electric charge and for electrical generation. I should also check food. Let's go check our Kerbals here. Let's put in a couple of Kerbals so that it'll be showing us consuming some food here. This will probably normally have just 2 Kerbals in it at a time, at least for now. 164 days, that's fine. I'm comfortable with them. 164 days of food, 258 days of water, 393 days of oxygen, 20 years worth of nitrogen, plus whatever they lose when they do EVA. So I think I'm good with all of those kinds of resources. I don't know, I think this is coming in to be something we can use. Redundancy. Let's take a look at redundancy. Is it down here? It's here. Reliability, redundancy. There are 3 life support systems. Oh, I guess that's probably why. Oh, there's one in here. Let's check on life. I want to make sure that that there's nothing critical that can fail on us. So this module has pressure control. I use that as an airlock. This one has a scrubber, pressure control, a monoprop fuel cell, and that's it. And this one has a scrubber, pressure control, and a water recycler running. I'm debating if I get into Kerbalism, isn't there... Oh, have I not? I thought there was a backup. Let's do a bit of a search here. What is it? Life support. I don't think I have it. Wasn't that interesting? Oh, there is a independent life support module that comes with Kerbalism, but I believe I have yet to unlock it. Wow. I would have thought for sure I would have unlocked that by now, but I guess not. So I guess we'll just have to, well, we'll play it by maybe a future module will come up here and install that. Okay, so I'm thinking, let's see, I want to move the science equipment around. I don't like where these are. What if I put this guy, not 2 of them, be down like this. There. And the gravity scanner. Oh, I just made a copy of it. Let's put it opposite to it. Even though these 2 don't have anywhere near the same weight. Okay, we'll retract this. I'm thinking this might be something. Okay, so now I got to think about getting this thing to Minmus as it sits right now. Probably the heaviest parts. Can I show the center map? Yeah, it's heavier down here than it is up here. So probably I want to attach the booster down here. This at the very end here is a docking adapter that's simply designed to allow me to attach a 1.625 meter vessel docking port to it, which I think I'm going to keep because I don't think I'm going to build a new vessel. I think I'm going to just send up the Terrier 1-A3 that you've seen a few times in the last few streams. I think I'm just going to reuse that. So I'm thinking this is a thing. I really do. So let's save it. Let's see if we can get this to Minmus. So we're going to switch our editor to the VAB. We will retract everything. There. Retract this antenna. Retract our solar panels. And like I said, this is going to be by far the biggest thing I have put into space. It's got to be oriented this way around for sure. Easily the largest thing I've ever put into space. What is its mass right now? It is 7 tons and I've yet to even put anything on it to push it to Minmus yet. So let's add something that will push this thing to Minmus. So going to Minmus, let's attach to it. I'm going to put on a docking port down here on the bottom. I actually, with the station around Kerbin, actually attached the pusher straight to this docking port, but that created a kind of a Kraken-y situation, if you might recall. So I think what I shall do instead is use another docking port. I'm not sure if it was connected to that or not. Do I have actually... What do I got? Let's go to... Instead of making it just a straight structural part, let me see if I have some transitional 2.5 meter fuel cans. That's what I'm thinking about. Bum, bum, bum. Looking at... What are these like? I do have... Oh... That doesn't look terrible. Is this the same? These two are the... No, they're not the same. They sure look the same. They have different names, though. Alright, let's... what I shall do... Let's get back to structure. Actually, I think... Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. Nope, that's not perfect. I thought I had some... I thought I had it perfect. What is this? That's an engine plate. I must have some sort of structural piece that can do what I'm looking for. Let's get back to structure. You. And you. Beautiful. That's exactly what I was looking at. Okay. What I want to put an engine on the bottom. Let's go with our Terrier here and get a feel for how much of a pusher we're going to need to make. Let's open up Kerbal Engineer here. There we go. That's saying 1,800 meters per second at delta V. Does the game confer? Yes, it does. It concurs with that. I want this around 2,200 meters per second of delta V, about 1,200 meters per second to get this thing to Minmus, into a polar orbit about Minmus, I should add. That's going to be the plan. And about another 1,000 to do the upper part of the insertion around Kerbin. So I need a little bit more than what it's got. Let's see. What if, let's get the fuel cans here. Let's get back to those 2.5 meter ones. I wonder if I can just do a transition out of here. These have the exact same stats but different names. I'm not sure what's going on with that. This might be too much. That's too much. How about we put this structural bit on the bottom. That goes there. Go to here. See if I can get a small 1.875 meter tank. Like you. Yeah. Ooh, that's not quite enough, but it's in the ballpark. What if I surrounded that with some of these hemispheres? Let's arrange these by mass. That did like almost nothing. That's not nearly enough fuel. These are pretty big. I like this idea, but they're just... No. Abandoning that idea. Let's just get the bigger version of that. Back to here. It's that one. Again, these are two different names, but identical tanks. That's I'm not sure what's up with that. Something's being funny. Okay, how's that? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean here. So that's looking, I think, pretty good. Thrust away 0.36 is a smidge on the low side, but I think I might live with it. I don't know. Maybe take a look at what other engines do I got? What other options do I got? What other options do I got for engines? So I got the Terrier. Of course, I could step it up with its 60 kilonewtons of thrust. What is the ISP? I don't want to sacrifice too much ISP. But sometimes adding... Okay, 345. I got the Cheetah, but that's probably nowhere near the Delta V. Oh, it's not bad. What happens if I stick a Cheetah on the bottom of this? Oh, that's a lot more promising. Can I get rid of that stupid... That's more promising. That looks like that'll do the job a little better. Let's get into structural. There we go. Just looking for the transition part that I can use to connect these two. Maybe you? I think it's you. I like that. I think that's... So we're in just under 2,200 meters per second. You know what, though? This needs a probe body. Yes, it does. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to zoom up here. Going to put in... Oh, it doesn't have reaction wheels either. Okay, yeah, I need some stuff. I need stuff. Where is my payload? 1.25 meter. Open you up. Actually, what I'll do, and also some big old reaction wheels. And inside there, I can stick me a probe body and some batteries and probably some solar cells too. Just surround the outside with solar pellet cells. Just like that. And an antenna. Gots to communicate home. Because when this thing has done its job of putting our friend into orbit, installing that station is what I'm trying to say. I would like it... I think I gotta go the other way. I would like it to deorbit itself. Crash into the surface of Minmus, so it does need to be able to communicate and drive on its own. I think that should be okay. Extend that antenna. Sure. Track that. Close that. I'd love a little bit more fuel. Somebody was suggesting at one point, I remember seeing the really small 1.25 meter fuel tank. This might be the time to put that in. Or do I have a transitional fuel tank that can fill that role? Has this got fuel in it? I think it does. We took that away. Ah, it's beautiful. There we go. And I'm thinking this will fly. What are we up for mass now, though? This is ain't. Oh, we're up to almost getting close to 19 tons worth of vehicle here. Oh, this is gonna be a fun thing to lift. That's for sure. Check the engine restarts on the Cheetah. That ain't a bad idea. What's it at? 13? Yeah, we're gonna upgrade that engine. 24 ignitions. That should be okay. Doesn't have to do a ton of work. Alright, let's do some thinkerizing here on how. Let's save this. Strut this up. Specifically strutting up this connection here. That should be okay. We'll make you white. And doesn't need RCS or anything like that. This, though, oh my god, I don't know. I might have bitten off a little more than... Well, we'll see what happens. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. How about colors? I might just kind of... Let's see here. White. Let's go white. I'm going to go white. White, white, white. Down here. I think I'm going to do this. Alright, so let's just really quickly kind of go through a checklist here and make sure doing this like station. Okay, fine print. Let's take a look at the contracts. Minmus station. So the fine print on this first contract says it's got to support 4 Kerbals, which it does. It actually supports 7 Kerbals all told. Has to have docking nodes. It does. Into a specific orbiter. Oh, is there a very specific? No, it just says below 30 kilometers. Okay, well, we'll see what we get. I can always put it in a specific orbit. Well, we'll see. You know, maybe I'll end up ignoring that bit. And then this half of this piece of it here is optional. So I think that's okay. Then I got this launch your first station. It has the docking ports. It does not have a science lab, but I don't have a science lab, so that's just life. That will have to happen in a future time. And then this just put at least 1 crew member into orbit about Minmus, and that will happen once we've crewed this thing. So I think fine print's okay. It has control. It has a KOS core. That's a very good question. I probably have not put that in there yet. I'm going to slip you into here somewhere. Let's take a look at control. So we can add on a KOS script of some kind. This is my smallest one here. And we're going to slide you. Let's take the batteries out. Sneak that right in there. We're going to put in our boot file and up the disk space to 10. Okay, that's that. KOS. Probe has been configured. I know the ones on the space station has, but this one hasn't. Configure. This is to do no experiments at all. Good, good. This is why I got the checklist. Science, I think I took care of. Power generation should be good. Electrical storage and antenna strength should be good. Antenna speed should be fine. Data storage is fine. Propulsion is fine. RCS is irrelevant. Parachutes, thermal protection are irrelevant. Lights, let's put some light. There are tons of lights already on the station. But let's just do some lights. Just like down here. Do the traditional, for me at least, traditional blinky lights. Make these kind of amber-like. Put the blink period at ½ a second. Put the blink on. Turn them to white so they're camouflaged in there a little bit. There we go. Lights. Upgrades. We upgraded the... That's actually good. We upgraded the engine, but what about... Ooh. Again, these folks are going to be a bit of a ways from home. It probably ain't a bad idea to upgrade some other things. So, the quality of the life support system is standard. Let's upgrade that to high. That added some mass. Is there anything else? There's nothing else here to upgrade. Let's upgrade this guy as well to high. The reaction wheels that are inside. Oh, and you know what? I don't care. Yeah, let's upgrade the reaction wheels too. We'll upgrade everything to high. That's all the upgrades that gets. Inside here is a pro body. Again, this is going to be sitting in some radiation, so I should upgrade some stuff here. Where do we got here? Standard quality for the science instrumentation. You know, I don't care about the quality of the science instrumentation. It's only going to run for like a little while and then we'll never use it again. I don't think there's anything else to worry about. Reaction wheels. We'll upgrade these reaction wheels to high. The one thing that is nice is lots of times when these break, you'll be able to get a Kerbal to fix them. I don't think anything else is upgradable, so I think that's pretty good. All right. That is good. Thrust to weight ratio 0.67 is fine, and we gotta start thinking about fairings. Okay. So we'll close this. So now comes the time. Am I gonna get this into space?